supposed to, once I get on this camera, I don't know which way my angles is angling. Hold on. Oh, this is, okay. Yeah, my glasses look dirty. It's a ton of event. I keep rubbing my drink the wrong way. Okay, yes, ma'am. Making sure. All right. Alrighty. OMG, sugar honey iced tea. So I have a scheduled live on my other channel. And since I don't do live often and my other channels is progressing, I thought I would come over here, see what's going on. Because kid you not, my other channel is progressing because it has a designated audience. So, it literally is something that I do consistently, but it just feels like here, I don't even know what my niche is because honestly, that's how I am. I always feel there's 101 things I could do at one time. And no, I'm learning to stick with one thing at a time. Okay? Um, I said that as the title says multitasking. I know. I know. Um, but what needs to be done is two things. I need to edit on this phone and go through these emails real quick. So that's what I'm gonna do. Because the room is empty anyway, so I got a minute to pull some stuff together, figure some stuff out. Because I kid you not, my whole thing was, you know, observing YouTube and discussing some of the things that's happening. Of course, I was gonna stay away from religion and politics because the FMG. No, thank you. Okay. Why is my glasses that was so perfect when I got them acting as if my head grew thin? Wait, the F? Did my ears disappear? Like, what the heck is going on here? Okay. All right. So I'm watching some cheetahs too because why not? I got like my both of my TVs is in a time machine because I really don't F the cable the way I used to. And even TV because kid you not, YouTube be entertaining and TikTok don't even get me started. So one thing for certain, I don't go through these emails daily. I blink and it's about 500, and that is terrible. That's why I said as soon as I'm able to pay for an assistant, I'm getting it. Because the beautiful thing of when my daughters was young, they did the work of an assistant, a freaking handy girl, like, down to put the stuff together, babysitter, security. It was different back then. So as you can hear, my son is on a game again. And those who have sons that's on a game, and you realize for some it is quite annoying. Feel my pain. Please understand. And I told him, especially when I'm recording on the other channel that's monetized, we're not gonna do all that. I had to literally tell him I have a sign. So when you see that's on, that means I'm really trying to do something serious. So trying to go through this. Please do not. I was looking on YouTube. My guilty pleasure is reacting. And what's even more funny on certain ones, the reactors reacted to reactor. And I'll be like, what the fudge? It's like, but I will keep going down the rabbit hole because they might find something that the other one didn't know. And sometimes I get messy so the reactors are stubbing each other with the shade. And I'm like, OMG, she. Let me get my cup of tea. But trying to, 'cause I blink and I have like hundreds of emails. A lot of this junk, but I can't just say delete them all because there's something that I need to see if I don't go through every email properly. So I said I was going to go through emails. I was going to edit a couple of my little animal videos. Yeah, just because I see those get the views here, and so I decide what goes on because I kid you not, I don't want to even base my channel on animal stuff because then y'all think that's what I'm doing, and then when I come with the other stuff, it's like you locked me up. That's not what I'm here for, and I'm like, OMG, it's still happening. It's still being figured out. And I know, like, dang, you ain't figured it out yet, but because I'm locked into it, like I said before, I gotta pour into each project or it won't get done. Like even down to me saying I'm multitasking, I really have to concentrate on the emails at this point. I can't even see what's happening on Cheetahs. Let me see. Because this is not, these are reading glasses, not, no, this is not interesting. I've seen really all of them before. I know which ones I'm supposed to get, like the ones I give my attention to. I hope people, whoever's coming through is doing well. If you're stopping by just to see what's going on, feel free, drop something in the chat on subjects you rather talk about because we can go wherever you want to as long as I said it's not in the subject of religion or politics. But even when I was on my other channel, right, I'm doing my due diligence, doing my thing, and somebody gonna bring their behind in the chat and ask me if I'm with the Rainbow Alphabet crew, like they got anything to do with anything. And I'm just like, promise you, people get away with stuff that if I did it, I would be skull dragged. And that's another thing that be grinding my gears when I be like on TikTok and other social media, because I go straight to the comments. I mean, that's where really get my entertainment from. And these motherfuckers be saying number one, the most racist, disrespectful stuff. And if I do, like I said, even when I respond, I get in trouble. And like I said before, I don't know if I mentioned here, I think I deleted the last live. I literally got kicked off of AOL. So I'm I'm not trying to get my IP blocked, and I'm trying to do more good than go back and forth, even though I could do the dozen at any given moment. It's- yeah, if you can hear him, it is just ridiculous. I'm really just doing this just to be a little bit more comfortable talking to inanimate objects and whatnot, because I literally have one more live to do tonight. But really two. Really two. But I don't know how it's gonna go. You know, is it this way it's supposed to go? Yeah. Jeez, goodness gracious. I keep on the wrong way because it is comb over. Nerve. Trying to do this. Oh, gee. All right. Okay. All righty. So, we 12 minutes in and ain't touch on a goddamn thing. Not a subject at all. And I know when I get off and turn off this computer, I'm like, oh, I could have talked about this. They'll come to me in a minute. I'm just really here trying to figure out. I even, like I said, I had uploaded or downloaded, however it goes, this app, and it's hard as F you to work it. Like I was able to do it one time, and I should have stayed on till I got super comfortable. But once I was able to connect the link, I was like, OMG, feeling like I did something. Then I had to figure out the format and the mic, and I just got there. It was more or less now I gotta lock in and try to figure this out. Yes, I'm here just to get something done until I go to my other channel. Plus, I was trying to figure out how I'm gonna set this up. How am I gonna make this like what you know? I'm gonna do the backdrop and all that other good stuff. No, still don't even got the flow of my intro. Hmm. And I'm still trying to figure out this soundboard. Look, hello, hello. I don't hear it. Oh, I don't got my headphones on. The yelling is really what's grinding my gears. That's why I'm more than likely going to delete this one too. Why not? I don't know. Hold on. Well, they don't have that many Peter Panky ones because let me just say when Peter was doing the cheaters, he was getting in fisticuffs with a couple of them motherfuckers, and with the women, he was just doing too much, wanting to hug them. It was too Creep Squad 2.0, and the fact that he intentionally don't have facial hair, that in itself grinds my gears. And I know for some, it's just the way it is for some. You know, I don't judge because people have things that don't work for them about me. Yeah. Apparently, with the nails, the aesthetic sometimes be too much. Sometimes my voice is too deep. Either way, it's like I don't give a F. They're gonna get longer. The voice get deeper. The lashes is gonna just. I just learned how to do these not too long ago, and I'm like more. When it comes to Gordy, more. About to get like even with my accessories, laying them down. I miss all of the nameplate, 2 finger ring, all them things. Okay. I said, I keep forgetting these reading glasses. I keep taking them off. Trying to read the heck is going on. I'm not really studying this couple because I don't remember it getting that interesting. But I do know Clark, Gable, the Gone with the Wind grandson, Instigator. Instigator 2.5. But that's how he be getting stabbed and all types of stuff. He going locked up. They be pushing it. Where I'm gonna get all of these. I'm gonna try to get all of these cleaned out tonight. It looks like it's. I'm scared to see how many I gotta do. I have to unsubscribe to so many places because come on. You know what? I'm about to leave this alone for a minute because if you walk away from doing emails, you blink, there's gonna be 100 more. Let me just say this though. It's something a major reason why I'm apprehensive of even engaging with the internet, not just the digital footprint, beyond it. Not even troll. No. It's the fact that things is one sided. Because it feels like when I go there and I say certain stuff, it's taken like the worst thing in the world in comparison to what me just saying about something, talking about something that was done as not being the one who literally did the shenanigans. Because let me just tell you something, people. I promise you, it be motherfuckers that's more close to you than me being phased by somebody talking out their ASS off the internet. People not back in the day, and back in the days ain't even that long ago. But I know that I'm growing because I don't even engage in lighting up the group chat. You know, I don't even engage in that get back. No, because you know what I realized when they say when it's written or whoever. Because again, you can't get me to quote no scripture. I told you that's what I'm not going to do. But I know the revenge ain't mine. Because every time I put my hand in it, I reap what I sow like a motherfucker. So what I do nowadays, it's not like I'm not a turn the other cheek because that's not the way it goes for me. See, I'm getting biblical again. I'm more or less as if I'm not studying it after I disengage, walk away, I lose it in sleep over something make believe that can't touch me or mine. Now, if there was an imminent threat, that's different. That's different. But I've known in my lifetime that I have said some things to get a motherfucker right. Sometimes that's not what I wanted. Sometimes that's exactly what I was aiming for. But that's life. But back what I was saying is that the most people that could ever really hurt is only time is if I care. Because I used to be easily triggered because I used to be like, OMG, how dare you type of energy and pride. It it's nothing wrong with it if it's handled correctly. You know what I mean? Because when you're proud about something, it's nothing that somebody could say to take away your achievement. But if your pride is more or less you can't hear nothing, then it's definitely going to be right before the fall. You know what I mean? You know, I even had a beverage before my next live because one thing about me, my big age, alcohol is like gambling. Two drinks and I'm done. Where's my other? Oh, here it goes. I'm done with just reading emails, right? Let me see how many I got left. I'm scared to sleep. I'm terrified. Chicken, honey, ain't sweet. Damn. When I got up, I know it's over 100. You want to go live on trying to figure out. See, I'm going to start editing these cat and dog and pet. Because I still got to send a whole bunch of these pictures to Walgreens just to print them. Because, again, for some of you, I want you to know if you catch it on a special, like a 10 cent per print, you can print everything that's saved. Because I got a 5011 pictures that I got to print out. Okay. One of my pictures, I get all nostalgic and I forget what I'm doing. I'm looking at all these little trips I took pre-COVID. of pre-19. And the interesting thing is, I just started flying. Like I always was a travel, let's see what's going on, but I was afraid of planes. I was afraid of driving. A lot of things I was like, OMG, just let me find another way around it. Not anymore. Not anymore. So what I'm gonna do, trying to look for where I'm gonna start these videos. Because I really think too, I should do, my little travel one too. OMG. All right. I'm trying to see how far I gotta go back. All right, so I'm gonna do a couple of videos I have to edit. I'm gonna do a travel one. Put it in my notes so I know what to do. I guess I'm putting in the calendar. On Sunday, I don't even know. Edit videos for, excuse me. So in the notes, I'm gonna put travel, food, pet, and what else? What else? What else? I think that should be good. Travel, food, and pet should be a cute little rollout for now. I do have some DIYs and all that other type of stuff. I'm just freestyling right now because I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna do because every time I write down the subjects I want to discuss, lo and behold, guess what else? I can't find the list. Oh, gee. Really? Bob, doing absolutely nothing. Why not? Let me just say, I'm literally watching reactors go in on some of these people on the internet because YouTube, I feel like it's a whole different place because people literally, when they get their subscribers up, act as if they is Chris Brown, Beyonce, all of them rolled into one. And not saying celebrities is anything to be tooting your horn about because as you can see, eat is an understatement. But these motherfuckers who be turning up ain't got no skill, no talent, just shenanigans. And and, 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 and I really see, I'm starting to see like, yeah, the more sick, the more subscribers. I cannot. Yeah, I could kid you not. I can get messy. But like I said, I don't have to lie and put my soul on the line to make a point. You know, now I could say some stuff that will hurt, but it's out of love. It's the truth. You know, it's like somebody should have been said it to you. Yeah. So let me see something that's really making my neck itch. Okay, it's stuff like this. Now, if you see, look at see that? It's this AI summit, right? A free AI marketing event, and I'm, and mind you, even then, for some of the reactors I watch, if they use too much AI, I'm not dealing with them. I'm blocking. I'm not watching because that is too unnecessarily hurtful to the earth. It's like people keep downplaying what's happening. Like global warming is not true. It's not even necessary that I see because it's just helping to fool people. Either way, I'm just trying to chill. Chill. I have to go on my other channel, which is which one is it? I have a like I said, I have a 9 o'clock, so I have to definitely go set up. I just was trying to come here. There's nobody that came through, so this is just me seeing how this do. I feel about the setup. Let's see. So I have my soundboard. I still didn't figure it out because like certain ones, uh, I don't know what this is. It's not saying nothing. But
Hello, hello. See, I don't hear it. It said it's gonna. I don't know. It's supposed to change my voice. It didn't do that. It didn't do that at all. What's this? I don't know what the heck is going.
hold on. These other buttons is lighting up, and I don't know what it do. That's another reason why I've been coming up here trying to figure out these apps, this equipment. 'Cause I feel like a whole dang dinosaur in this. Like, but I won't use AI. Sure won't. Okay. This app. Okay. Alrighty. I want to delete this vibe anyway. I just was trying to kill some time. we're gonna talk about the real stuff that happened on YouTube, whatever the case may be. And even if I'm late or delayed, each streamer is in a whole nother world. Cause I've seen this chick, right? And not just her, just streamers in general. Like even right now, I'm talking to a screen. Like I'm talking to myself in a sense. Like, and even when I see a lot of people do that, if you have children, it kind of feel like you effing with their perception of communication. To me, because if they see their mother constantly talking to a goddamn screen, like same way if a mother was so or a parent was so into their phone that they missing what's going on. Either way, it's a dangerous game to play. Let me say this part too. It's a chick who have a husband, right? Her name, I know I'm like 30 something minutes in, and I don't think I'm even gonna say her name for another day because I'm letting it be known the next time I come back. That's gonna be the subject at hand. These YouTube piss poor parenting that literally, I kid you not, is going to do something so terrible for the future generation. And I don't want to be engaged with some of these motherfucking menace societies on the motherfucking street because the ignorant parent, we would have been throwing hands if they was in the same class as my kids because no training, sick. And there's a few of them that's literally on the internet promoting terrible parenting. And as someone who came up young, made mistakes, that's nothing to celebrate. It's like OMG, the fact that this chick is promoting so much ignorance. It's and then as soon as someone gives advice or call them out on it, then all of a sudden you're jealous. All of a sudden you need the views and the money. Like that's going to really save them from their misery because I kid you not, it's spewing and falling all over a motherfucker. Have you ever seen somebody so miserable that it shows on the outside? Because I have. That's why I'm not fooled by the facade of somebody pretending that they got it all. Now, when you do, when you happy and content, I salute you. Because when I see those, I be like, ooh, and or got my notepad out. But when I see the ones that's OMG, working to keep up with the Jones or facade of a white picket fence that don't make sense because you're not even sitting around to enjoy it. You're just on a hamster wheel of trying to appease and appeal to people who, for some, like me, watching this like a case study. Like, oh, the FMG. Is this the world we live in? Yes, it is. As you can see, look around. Look around and see how. One thing I can say, this ain't the worst, but it's a cluster F. You know what I'm saying? Like, terrible. Effing terrible. But it is what it is. Let me just say. What I'm going to do, take a step back, set up for my next live. see, this don't even make sense. You got this other chick who's eating herself to death, and she's like, "Oh, look what my husband just got me," and it's like, "Do you have an insurance policy on you?" Let me just say this, and I'm not even making this up. It was like maybe a few years ago. I don't know because my timeline will get effed up, but I know these women was in their 40s, right? All married or would live in D, but married. Most of them was married. About four of them. Let me think. Out of the four, I think two was married, two was living D. Either way, the raggedy husband outlived him. Motherfucker who was my man, and even like, oh, daddy, all that other stuff was not even worth it. I promise. And I'm not saying that for everyone, because like I said, I come from kinfolk who's married. In some marriages, it's like that's my best friend, and I be saluting those. I don't put everybody together like all is not this. However, some people is not meant to be married because they don't know what it takes, you know. And some people choose not to be married because they're not willing to give that type of energy anymore because it's not matching, it's not meshing. You know, it's too many, it's too much back and forth. It's too much contrary energy instead of unity. And if that's the case, I don't need a motherfucker in my space with the back and forth. Immediately, it's a no. Immediately. It's what it is. I've never been so annoyed with so much colorist, weird stuff. Like, and I'm gonna say it because I'm getting ready to end out this reading. I don't give a god dang because it's blatant. Anybody say they don't see it is a liar. Okay, but the fact that there's so many women considered successful that is literally doing some stuff that when I say down to this pregnant, married, and pregnant not by your husband or pregnant by somebody's husband and stands in like proud, like OMG, and because this conquistador or mulatto, it's okay. But if it was someone dark skinned, big hipped it naturally, it's like OMG, that ghetto. When it's all ghetto. Like even down to the chick I was discussing, one of the janky piss poor mothers is an Anglo, but she's supposed to be part black, which have nothing to do with that. Literally use that N word like she's talking about a man, but she's talking about people in general. And she still feel comfortable that she'll always get a black man no matter what, because there's always going to be some low self esteem, pick me energy. This is why mother pluckers are so comfortable thinking that they could be mediocre and still egotistical. Yeah. And so homegirl, like I said, she's like, I believe on her sixth kid. Don't be knowing who the baby father is. This is not even made up. This is not even some Tubi movie. But the fact that homegirl is pregnant again, having kids, owing child support, it's it's diabolical. Because not only if she was a man, but if she was a man of a certain hue, certain complexion, OMG, whole channel would have been gone. But yet it's still his subscribers is growing. And like I said, me personally, I would not want to switch places with somebody so janky, toxic, weird, and weak. And I'm seeing how comfortable people is just being like that. It's really embarrassing. I'm gonna go and do my other read. It starts in 20 minutes. Well, okay, I'm gonna delete this. Why not? I don't know. But it's random. No. Ray J, because of that whole, it's like ever since he been connected to Kim, K, Whitney, he just is gone. And his last time I seen his mother, she was looking like Medea. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on in Hollywood? Because what he said about Cameron and Sean and Maze, I clutched my pearl. Because guess what? I didn't sit there and say, oh, why did he say that to them? Because he might know something we don't. These motherfuckers was connected to some real suspect individuals. You know what I mean? Just how come to, like, nothing wrong with a man in pink. But it's like something about certain dudes that I always felt, especially with Harlem, no disrespect. I'm sorry. I kid you not. These motherfuckers have more hair products than women. They always felt the need to be the center of attention. This was the borough of metrosexuals. That was the neighborhood that you want to definitely get with a dude that think he's a bad bee. That's always how I felt from the beginning of Harlem activities. I used to go to Harlem Week and do all types of stuff. But again, the energy was like, oh, these motherfuckers are suspect. This is another reason why back in the day before gentrification, they did not come to Brooklyn. They hated it because they didn't feel comfortable. But Brooklyn felt comfortable anywhere they go. We was always in the house. Brooklyn was always in the house. You know what I'm saying? But yet and still, between Harlem, I don't care, and the Bronx, all that, letting it slide, using the N word because your conquistador friend is just OMG, y'all popping, they live in the hood with you. That's what I'm saying. That's how I feel about the Bronx energy, even with the whole Remy Ma. It's like, even with Little Kim coming out at that show, you love her, but you can't be a queen when you hate yourself like that. I kid you not. You let somebody that look like Biggie Smalls have you want to fix your face, and that motherfucker didn't do nothing about himself. That is so unfair. Even to the point where people downplaying how, so I get distracted easy. Just the fact that they felt it made sense for, even down to Biggie talking her out of it. Like, Kim was the strongest one on the whole team, Junior Mafia, all of them, because none of these mother pluckers, I promise you, names rung any bells. Like, even down to, you look at the Jay Z and the Memphis and the Tata, it's like, I promise you, and this is really not no hate. How a motherfucker come into the industry making it look like OMG, they about their life. It's literally emulating the legacy of real motherfuckers they observe. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even making this up. That's why the motherfucker locked into how he used the Damon Dash as a mouthpiece, because Damon always try to make it look as if, oh, he was swindled and backdoored. And it's like, Ninja, you was an a-hole. Y'all both was too old for Aaliyah. You just definitely didn't have no respect for the women. The way you was pouring champagne, if they, splashing them after their hair was done, throwing it, was going up their nose and all types of stuff. Just wild behavior that if it was done to their sister, they wouldn't like it. And even if they say, "Oh, my sister wouldn't do that," could she? Was she a baddie? And even when I put like, kids you not, when it comes down to that, you gotta keep in mind a lot of these mother pluckers who very some bitter, angry ninjas is because they mothers was one too. If you look at they that like even with Jay-Z, 50, their mothers was not no fly chick making it happen. They was the dude chick that was trying to that was in love with the chicks that they sons fantasized over. I kid you not. Anytime you see someone who appreciate a beautiful woman without trying to break her came from a beautiful woman. That's why a lot of times when people expect that all boy moms is a certain way, or parents is, let me just say, this world is so jammed up, but at the same time, it's a lesson in itself. So if you pay attention, you don't get caught up in the BS. Because one thing about me, if being from NYC, they always said, New York, we always think of ourselves as a celebrity. But prior to that, even we look at the boroughs, the only ones I really had love for was Brooklyn and Queens. Other ones, it's a different story. Now, mind you, I live in one of the ones I call a different story. But keep in mind, I spent already 3 decades in the realest borough in NYC, in the state, to be honest. A lot of times people be like Rochester and all these other motherfuckers up here and there and everywhere. And I'm just like, mm-mm, it's not the same. You know what I'm saying? I heard one chick talk about um some dude say he was from Brooklyn. There's another dude from Rochester. And since she wasn't out here, she was like, "Well, how far is Rochester from Brooklyn?" Hell of a lot. But also too, you gotta keep in mind when somebody say they're from Brooklyn, like from when? How long? Because there's so many gentrifiers claiming this city, making a mockery of it. This is not even anything that I grew up with. And I love progress, but don't try to erase the culture. Don't try to switch up and then you break the rules and make things all effed up. Like these transparents, they don't clean up after their door. They don't know the rules of walking on the sidewalk. They sitting there talking about stupid ass slang that ain't true. I can't stand the fact that motherfuckers always want to pick up some dang vernacular that they ain't even shouldn't even be using. Because when this dude gonna say he from Texas or whatever it may be, and he moved to Brooklyn, they gonna say dudes be like my heart. Yo, I ain't never hear that. But if I did, the same way with the SMD, step out that step out that closet, be yourself, and do what you do best. Because pulling another man, my love, it just shows more and more how much these motherfuckers really got an issue with women. And keep in mind, I'm a black woman. Do you understand how much that motherfuckers is focused on trying to stress me the F out? I could be minding my business and all types of things. And I know I mentioned the story how literally I'm just always the focus. If it ain't me, it's somebody that looks like me. But the difference is, and it's not what's the shit's like OMG with the fight, do. No. Even though at the end of the day, I'm not gonna talk about all the tricks, but if you've seen some of my 19 videos, you would know prepared is definitely stay ready, don't have to get ready at all. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying, oh, I gotta get ready to go to my other read. OMG, let me get to my channel. It is literally, it's saying 8:52 on my laptop, but 8:45 on my motherfucking phone. See, it says, I know you didn't gonna, it just don't make sense. I'm confused. All right, I'm just gonna leave that there. I might keep this read, I might throw it away. Just figuring out how things go today. I might get back on 2, 3 in the morning. 'Cause I ain't got nothing else to do. Why not?